Hey everybody, it's Suzanne A. Wells back with another seller success story. And I really want you to watch this one. Brian sent in so many cool pictures that I have dropped him into the video, so it's not just us talking. So be sure and actually watch the video. And at the end, we have a special announcement that you're not going to want to miss. So make sure you stay all the way to the very end of the video. So let's meet Brian.
Aloha. Uh, hey, Suzanne, I have something for you. I want to give you a gift.
Oh,
It's a tradition here in Hawaii. We like to give people leis. So this is for you. I know it's virtual, so we just kind of go through here, and I got you this lei.
oh, that's so sweet.
So I like to put that on you.
Okay. I'll just have it on I'll have it on virtually in spirit. That's so
Um,
nice. Thank you.
uh, since you're over there and I'm in Hawaii, I'll wear the lei for you. How's that?
Okay. That works perfectly. Good. Okay. Wonderful. That's so nice of you. So let's start off by just talking a little bit about your eBay history so people can get a feel for what you do and your kind of business. Tell us exactly where in Hawaii do you live?
I live in Mililani. Mililani is located near the center of Oahu, and the area that I live in, it's a residential area. It's like a suburbs, and we have recreational parks. We live near a golf course. I live near post office. We also have Walmart, Ruby Tuesdays. So all within a 15 minutes drive area.
Okay. Now, how long have you lived in Hawaii?
I've been living in Hawaii for all my life, born and raised here in Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Have you ever been over to the mainland?
Yes, when I graduated from high school, uh, I joined the military, so I went to South Carolina.
Okay.
So,
Near me.
oh, yeah, right. So yeah, I've been to South Carolina and did my basic training there and my AIT training there.
Oh, so Paris Island.
Uh, South Carolina, Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson.
Okay, so you were Army, not Marines.
Army.
Army. Okay, yeah, Fort Jackson, right.
Yes.
Okay. Where did your military time take you?
uh, well, I just did my training in South Carolina, and then I'm Army reservist, so I came back to Hawaii to do my to be stationed here in Hawaii as a reservist.
Well, thank you for your service and how nice to be able to be stationed back home.
Yes, very much.
Okay, so you've traveled some. You haven't just been living the life in Hawaii your entire life.
Well, most of the part, yes, my entire life I lived in Hawaii. It's just for training I left to the mainland. So I'm pure local boy, island boy. So I'm just all my life I've lived here. So
Well, I don't know how you get anything done because if I lived there, I'd be out on the beach and doing all those activities and being outside all the time, and I would lack discipline to get anything done. So I commend you for being able to build a business with an environment like that that is so enticing. Do you
yes.
do a lot of those water sports and things?
Yes, we have a lot of we have skiing, we have surfing, boogie boarding, a lot of water sports here, canoeing, uh, just just stand up paddle and all kind of water sports in Hawaii. Um,
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. That's great. Okay, so what is your eBay store name?
my eBay store name is Easy Dove Hawaii Island Collection.
Okay, and there's a link to the below the video for everybody watching to go take a look at your store and support our Hawaiian seller. You take special orders for macadamia nuts and Kona coffee and stuff like that?
If there's an order and a customer wants, oh yes, I would definitely set something up.
Are you able to get that stuff any cheaper than we would be able to get it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I know in the mainland, you know, macadamia nuts can cost way more, double or triple the price than how much we buy it here in Hawaii.
okay. So like I live across the street from a store called Sprouts, which is, it's like a, do you know what that is? Like a natural food, kind of like Whole Foods, but not that big.
Okay. Okay.
Macadamia nuts are $18.99 a pound. They never go on sale.
Well, we have a store called Long's. Whenever it goes on sale, I think we can get it anywhere from $10 to $12.
Well, you might have a little niche business going on the side there. You could sell them for a little cheaper, and depending on the shipping, maybe, you know, still make some if you took orders. That's the kind of thing I did when I sold on eBay UK, and like I would just make a listing for something and then put a quantity of 10, and then when somebody bought it, I would go to Walmart and buy it and ship it to them. So you didn't have to buy all this inventory ahead of time.
Oh, wow.
So, hey, look at, we've already come up with another business.
We can get into business together.
I'll be your first macadamia nut customer. Okay, so that link is going to be below, and don't be surprised if there's some listings for macadamia nuts and other Hawaiian things. Now, when did you start selling on eBay?
I started selling on eBay in 1999. I used to work for United Parcel Service. I was a driver there, and a coworker of mine, he came up to me and he asked me, "Hey, I know you collect sports cards. You ever thought about selling it on eBay?" And I looked at him and I was like, "What's an eBay?" He just started laughing and he said, "Well, you know, you can sell your extra sports cards that you have duplicates of, and you can sell it online." So, you know, I didn't know what it was. So I just said, okay, yeah, sure. Just show me how to do it. So he invited me over to his house, and he showed me what is eBay and how to list the items. You know, he showed me how to scan it. And, you know, back then it's not like today. Today is you just get your phone, click, 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 and you can sell something on eBay. But back then, you and me know that, you know, you had to download the picture, you had to upload the picture, you had to do HTML and, you know, all that good stuff. So he introduced me to eBay, and since then, because of him, I'm still selling on eBay and buying on eBay. So thanks to my friend working. In fact, just the other day, maybe about 3 days ago, I was at Costco filling up gas, and guess what? I met my friend that introduced me to eBay. What a coincidence. And it was just a happy time. I told him, "Hey, I'm still doing eBay. How about you?" And he was like, "No, he's not doing eBay anymore. He's into other stuff." But he still drives for UPS. But I told him when I saw him at Costco gas station, I said, "Hey, you know, I'm really doing okay and well on eBay all these years. And I just wanted to thank you for teaching me and showing me and telling me about eBay." So, you know, I was really grateful for him.
Now, what kind of job were you doing at the time that you just got into eBay?
No, I was a driver for UPS.
You were a driver for UPS.
Yes,
Okay.
so both of us was driving for UPS. So,
okay, so when did you make the switch and decide to go eBay full time?
Well, just recently I decided to go full time. It was a year ago. In fact, sometime in February last year, you know, I wanted to do something different, you know, something different from the 12 to 14-hour job, you know, kind of thing. So, you know, since February, I've gone full time. No other
Okay.
job, just full time. You know, I'm not doing it as a part time reseller. I'm going at it at full time, and I'm just learning every day. And I'm watching your videos, and you're teaching me all what I need to know and learn. And you know, I gotta thank you for all my training that I'm learning from you, Suzanne.
Well, you know, it's not easy to walk away from UPS. They've got some good benefits.
Yeah. Um, but I'm not working at UPS. I'm not working at UPS anymore. But I went from UPS to a beverage company. So my last job was a beverage company. I was a production manager, and I did that for over 10 years. And I managed people and did the 12 to 14 hour job thing. And you know, like I said, I want to try something different and try to do eBay full time.
Okay, so you've got a lot of experience as a seller and a buyer. 20
Yes.
years on eBay, which
Yeah.
you beat me on that one. Um, so let's talk a little bit first about life as an eBay buyer living in Hawaii,
Mhm.
because I just see this all the time, either on listings that I'm helping people with their stores, or you know, on social media. I don't ship to Alaska or Hawaii, and you guys, there's no reason not to. So, do you try to buy stuff online on eBay and they don't ship there?
Absolutely, Suzanne. You know, I buy things online, and you know, in the past, you know, I would have to read the fine print and see if they ship to Hawaii or Alaska. You know, most sellers, you know, they have the fine print saying that they don't ship to Hawaii and Alaska, and I'm like, oh, why don't they ship to us? You know, but nowadays with the technology now, I think on the smartphone, it already tells you does not ship to Hawaii and Alaska in red. And I look at that and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, why all these years I've been on eBay and there's still sellers that don't ship to Hawaii and Alaska. I just don't get it. Um,
Is there a, do people who live over there know of a reason why people won't ship there?
you know, I've been asking around because I know a lot of people that actually buys a lot of things on eBay. And I've asked them, do you know why they don't sell by any chance? And they all tell me the same thing. They don't know why. They don't get it. I myself don't get it. Um, but there is some frustration there for me. And also, I think it's a touchy subject here in Hawaii about people from the mainland not shipping to Hawaii and Alaska. Um, I actually sold an item to a customer here in Hawaii, and I messaged him and I asked him, oh, you know, I'm doing an interview with Suzanne. You know, I was wondering if it would be okay, you know, to get some feedback on how you feel about sellers not selling to Hawaii. And his reply to me was a long letter, basically saying in so many words, this is a really touchy subject for me, and I don't want to participate in telling me his answer. So I can see it was very frustrating and a touchy subject for him. You know, buying on eBay and finding out sellers don't ship to Hawaii. I mean, we're the 50th state. So, you know, we're bless America. You know, we're America. So I just don't
Well,
get
one
it.
thing I've come across in my years of being on eBay and trying to figure this out is that when drop shippers started hitting eBay hard and selling, that's in their terms of service. They don't ship international and they don't ship to Alaska or Hawaii. And I don't know why they don't, But I think that's how it got started, because it was
Uh-huh.
on their listings, and then all these people come along and they're copying what's already there.
Right,
And
right.
they're like, oh, I'm going to copy this policy. I'm going to say item must be returned in original condition. I'm going to say allow this many days delivery. I'm going to say we don't ship here. We don't ship to Alaska and Hawaii. And they don't even know why they're copying it. They just saw it somewhere. And maybe, I don't know, but maybe years back, maybe it was more expensive to ship to Alaska and Hawaii, but it's not now. And if you're doing calculated shipping, the buyer's going to pay it anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's $500 and they want that item, they're going to pay the shipping.
Exactly. And that's the frustration I have, because, you know, if buyers in Hawaii are willing to pay the shipping price, whatever shipping price that they charge, why wouldn't they want to sell it to us? I mean, we'll pay the, you know, $50 shipping charge or whatever. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying, if we're willing to pay the shipping price, why wouldn't they sell to us? I don't.
Well, and like padded flat rate, it's
Right.
the same, whether it's going a mile from you or to Alaska and Hawaii. It's the same, whatever it is now, $8. They keep changing it. But padded flat rate, anything flat rate, it's going to be the same. It's not going to matter. Okay, if this bothers you, if you think it's going to be so expensive, heavy things by calculated will be a little bit more. So don't do free shipping on those items. Do calculated so it falls on the buyer.
And we are very happy to pay the shipping price. You know what I mean? So,
and some sellers will say that, you know, they're not going to include Alaska and Hawaii because it's so high that they won't pay it anyway, because it's a big, heavy item and they're not going to pay it anyway. But don't you, as a lifelong resident of Hawaii, accept that I'm far away from the States, and I know I'm going to have to pay more, but I want that thing that we don't have here or I can't find here. So lay it on me and I'm going to pay it.
Because if I really want an item, and it doesn't matter to me for the shipping, you know, if I really want that item, I'll pay the shipping price because I want that item. And then for a seller in the mainland to not ship to Hawaii, they're losing out on making that sale. And you know, for me as a business person, I really don't care where my items go. You know, I've sold a long-lasting Brita filter for $14.99. I charged $14 for international shipping. It went to Australia. So for me, I'm living on an island, shipping to Australia, another country, not the United States, another country, and someone in the United States don't want to ship to Hawaii. That's my frustration there, Suzanne. And that's that's the reason why I don't get it. I'm frustrated, you know, but it is what it is. And, you know, we'll just try our best to, you know, try to tell people in the mainland, please ship to Hawaii.
Well, and I think for sellers that don't understand this, or they haven't been shipping there, you know, they're getting in their own way by making these incorrect assumptions that, oh, they're not going to pay that shipping. That's too far. I mean, that's too much money. And, you know, I'm just not, they're not going to pay it, so I'm not going to offer it. And same thing for international, like shipping to Australia. Don't assume you know what a customer will or won't pay. Put it out there. Do calculated, whether it's to Alaska and Hawaii or APO, FBOs, military. That's another one I'm going to have to find somebody to talk about because they get the same, you know, discrimination.
Yes.
And it's like, and those are our military people. They should be at the top of your list.
Yes, exactly.
If they're on an aircraft carrier and they want certain things, you know, and they want some M&Ms, by God, I'm going to ship it there. So, but I think talking to the sellers listening, really, there's no reason to exclude Alaska and Hawaii. And you know what? You may get some loyal customers. You may have things like Brian has macadamia nuts. You may have that barbecue sauce from your local place that doesn't sell it online, and you may be the one connection to something for somebody, and they may come back to you over and over again.
Yes. Yes.
Whether it's clothing or, you know, whatever they want, because they know, oh, this person will ship to me. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And you may make repeat, you know, relationships that you can, you know, go foster. And, you know, that person may say, oh, this is great. Can you get me this? And you're like, well, I'll look for that and I'll make a listing. And that's happened to me, shipping internationally. I used to have this guy in Korea, and all he wanted were those Listerine breath strips, those little things.
Yeah.
And he had some kind of store or something, but he would buy 20 of the big cards of them from like Costco at a time. And I would just make the listing for him, price it where I had made a profit. He'd buy it, and then a couple months later, he'd want some more. So that can happen.
Right. Like for me, when I buy online, I like to buy in bulk packaging material. So I have a seller that's from the mainland, and he does ship to Hawaii, and I just buy from him. I don't even search any other sellers anymore, because I know he ships to Hawaii, and I know his pricing, and I just buy from him. And that's how the loyalty is there, because, you know, I want to buy from this person because he ships to Hawaii, you know. And it's sad to know that, you know, other sellers can sell to Hawaii, and you know, just because their policy, you know, they decide not to ship to Hawaii, they're losing out. They're losing out on business from people like me. You know, I buy in bulk. I don't buy small orders. I buy in bulk. So, you know, I think they're losing out on this opportunity here.
Well, according to my research, which is actually outdated numbers online, 1.4 million people live in Hawaii, with 1 million living on your island, because that's where Honolulu is, the Pearl Harbor area that people come to visit. 1 million people on your island. And it's not like you're just living out in the middle of nowhere with nothing. I mean, it's civilization, you know. And there's a lot of people there that order online. And so you said you order shipping materials, things for eBay business. What other kind of things do you buy?
Printer, ink, you know, anything to do for the business. But in the past, when I used to sell sports cards, you know, I bought, you know, so many sports cards in the past, and I ran into a lot of sellers that don't ship to Hawaii, and, you know, to me, that's a lost opportunity for them.
Okay, well, I want this video to change that, because I feel like Alaska, Hawaii, and military, APO, FPO, are just like stepchildren out there that, you know, nobody wants. And that's just, you're missing a lot of opportunities by excluding Hawaii. So we're gonna get off that, and now we're gonna talk about how it is as a seller in Hawaii, because, you know what, maybe some people are thinking about moving there, retiring there, and you have built a great business with the resources you have there. Like, what types of things do you sell in your store?
I sell a variety of things. I sell T-shirts, women clothing, hats, collectible pins. So pretty much basically anything I can make a profit on.
Okay. Do you ship much within Hawaii?
Yes, I do. I actually sell a lot of Hawaiian T-shirts. You know, a lot of locals here like to buy anything to do with Hawaii. But I also, you know, I ship all over the world. You know, I ship, when I used to do a lot of sports cards, there was not a country that I can't think of that I didn't ship to. I mean, I even shipped sports cards, believe this, Suzanne, to Africa. It went to Africa. Somebody
but see, part of it is there's a lot of Americans living overseas too, whether they are military stationed there just using a regular address, not an APO, FPO, or maybe they are working there on assignment for 2 years or 6 months or whatever, or maybe they're retiring. You know, Belize is the place to go to retire. Lots of places in Central and South America. So when you don't ship international, you could be, you know, eliminating Americans. You know, they're
Yes.
not necessarily someone that doesn't speak your language and all that kind of stuff. So
Yes, that is true, Suzanne. I sold a Winnie the Pooh doll to someone in, I believe was, I think it was Australia again. And they messaged me and they said, oh, you know, we're from the States, but we live in Australia. Would you ship the doll to Australia? And I told them I would be very much glad to ship to you. You know, I just, you know, I tell them the shipping price to Australia. You know, I look up the USPS shipping price, and you know, they accept the shipping charge, and they, you know, the sale went through. So yeah, you're right. There is a lot of Americans that's, you know, they move to other countries and they want to buy stuff from eBay, you know, and you know, we have to sell to these people, you know, that go abroad, you know. That's what eBay, you know, is so
right.
specialized in. You know, we can ship to the world and
That's
sell
right.
to the
We're a
world.
global economy, and if you're not
Exactly.
tapping into that, you are behind the times. You know, this is no longer cutting edge, early adopter stuff. This is a global economy, and it's no big deal. Throw something in the mail and it goes to Germany. Throw something in the mail and it goes to Hong Kong. You know, that's just the way it is. That's the way the world works right now.
Yeah.
So tell us about your thrift stores there. Do you have Goodwill?
You know, I did a research. We have about 10 Goodwills here in Hawaii. We have
Wow.
two Savers. We have 10 plus thrift shops. You know, it's like it's almost becoming like 7-Eleven. You know, everywhere you turn, there's a thrift shop or a Savers or a Goodwill. You know, I mean, it's so abundant here. We also have the bins. I think some places in the mainland have the bin. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we have one Goodwill that has the bins. So that's one of my favorite. And living in Hawaii, you know, I think it's a cultural thing where people love to just donate things. So, you know, there's so much things we can find at Goodwill because people are just donating and donating. I mean, there wasn't a time where I went to a Savers or Goodwill and I saw somebody, you know, dropping something off. So, you know, here in Hawaii, there's abundance of things to sell. I mean, we may not have those you know, name brand T-shirts or name brand clothing. You know, we do have it, but we don't have it abundant like in the mainland. So, you know, for me as a seller, I have to, you know, come up with ways of, okay, we don't have designer name brands here. What else can I sell? There's other things I can find, you know, like Hawaiian T-shirts. You know, I mean, that right there alone, there's thousands of, or I would say millions of Aloha T-shirts here in Hawaii. So, you know,
Well, and here's a thing that I actually do when I go visit somewhere, because this is how frugal, not cheap, I am. But like, I went to Wyoming one year, and it was like Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It was a great, very interesting trip. But it's like, I'm not paying $30 for a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. I'll just get it on eBay when I get home. You know, I wonder if people are doing that after they visit and then they go on eBay to buy their souvenir later, so that they don't have to bring it back with them on the plane.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they could get it a little cheaper, because I know things in Hawaii are really expensive.
Oh, Suzanne, it is, you know, the prices, the living cost here is very expensive. You know, I mean, thank God we have Costco. they sell gas here. So, can you imagine not going to Costco and going to a gas station at a 7-Eleven? We're talking like almost close to $4, a
Is that how
gallon.
much gas is a gallon there?
Yeah,
$4?
for depending on the premium, but the average is around $4 something for per gallon. But at Costco, I know we can get maybe close to under $3. So $2.68 or something like that. I
Okay,
don't
that's
remember.
pretty good. That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So
that's
that
worth
Costco
the
helps
$50
out.
membership. Yeah. So what do you pay for the items at thrift stores? How much is it per item about that you pay?
Well, it depends on where I go. So like if I go to Savers or Goodwill, it can range anywhere from $1 to $5. But like if I go to garage sales or I go to the bins, I mean we're looking, yeah, maybe under a dollar, maybe 25 cents, 50 cents per item. So
Okay. So if somebody wanted to move to or retire in Hawaii, they could do this business.
Oh, absolutely, Suzanne. Absolutely. But I would caution maybe having a nest egg for at least 6 months to a year. You
Hmm.
have to have a safety net, just in case you might have some bad months on
Oh
eBay.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true no matter what for this business. I mean, and I even say if you haven't done this full time, you know, get to that point first before you make any changes.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
so that's, pretty good prices because, I just heard everything is more expensive there. Do you have sales tax on your state has sales tax, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yes, absolutely.
What percent is that?
4%.
Well, that's not terrible.
Yeah,
It's
4 point
6% where I
something.
live. So,
Oh, wow.
um, yeah, but I can't jump on my paddleboard and go anytime I want either. So I can't watch the sunset like you get to. um, now, is thrift stores and garage sales, that's all you do? You don't do anything else like retail clearance or
Uh, I,
liquidation or
I
anything?
dabble a little bit in that. I'll do some retail arbitrage, going to Walmart, looking at the discounted prices. So I've sold a few things, but I'm not heavy into it. It's mainly more going to the bins and doing a lot of garage sales. And speaking of garage sales, I just want to add a note. The area that I live in Mililani, every week we're having garage sales. There's always signs everywhere pointing garage sales, yard sale. I'm just fortunate to live in an area that uh, every week there's a garage sale. And I can pick up something for $10, some hair salon thing for the women, and put it online for $79.99 on eBay. So
And I'm sure now we're in February, so I'm sure the people in Idaho and Wisconsin and North and South Dakota are not happy hearing how you're having garage sales all the time.
I know I feel so bad, especially like in some sellers that live in rural areas. They have to drive miles and miles, and I feel so guilty because I can just go to my nearest Goodwill shop. It's maybe 5-10 minute drive, and
Mhm.
I'm at Savers or Goodwill. So I'm just fortunate and lucky to be in Hawaii, to be
Yeah,
selling.
well, I mean, you've made something with the resources around you, which is that's every eBay seller. You have to use the resources around you, so you're
Yes,
not worried about finding Prada handbags and all that stuff. You're figuring out what you can sell that is accessible to you, and that's
yes,
really how you're going to
yeah,
make it work. Now, do you
yes.
have anybody that helps you with your eBay business, or is it all just you?
Uh, my girlfriend, she helps me, but she does a little bit of listing, and but I have to thank her for that because she does the hard part, listing the women's clothes.
Ah,
Because
yes.
I tell you, Suzette, before I started doing selling clothes online, I didn't know what is a halter top. I didn't know what is a uh, you know um uh, what else there is? There's so much things, names about a women's clothing that I
But
just, I,
you probably don't have to worry about wool sweaters and overcoats and ski stuff and mittens and hats. You're just doing like halter tops and tube tops and bathing suits and shorts
exactly.
and t-shirts.
So my
That's
girlfriend, she,
okay.
so
That's
my girlfriend, she helps me out on, listing those women clothing. But she also helps me in uh, sourcing, and that's the fun part. She loves
yeah.
to do the fun part. So, she does help me out, and we're at the thrift shops and savers. We're going with our phone, and we're checking the comps and making sure we can make a profit. So yeah, she's out there helping me, and uh, she also helped me practice for this interview.
Oh, you're great. You didn't need to practice. But you're like the opposite of KC Betterly, who's up there in Park City, Utah. I mean, he kind of specializes in ski stuff.
Yes,
He was a ski instructor and he knows how to do that. So, I mean, that would be impossible for you. So,
yes, yes,
the lesson is just you just have to figure out what you have available to you. And
yes,
um,
exactly.
I bet you sell women's swimsuits.
Uh, I not too much, but I do sell women's you know uh, bathing suit, and
Uh-huh.
you know uh, right now I have one Batman bathing suit that's listed online. So I do sell women's clothing,
Or like
bathing
men's
suit.
swim, like board shorts and swim
Yes.
trunks and stuff.
When it comes to the men items, it's much more different than the women. It's much easier to list. So I buy more, men's t-shirts, men's board shorts. So those are easy to list for me. So I kind of specialize more in those items. But I do sell everything, anything and everything under the sun. So as
But
long
see,
as
that's an opportunity for you because that's plentiful there. But like, what if somebody in Minnesota is going on a cruise and they can't find a bathing suit in January locally? They go online.
yeah, they
So
can come to my store.
that's right. You're ready for them. Exactly. Yeah. So you've got to think globally, not locally, because just because the weather isn't right for it where you live doesn't mean that
Yes,
no one's going to buy that item. So,
yes. That
so let's talk about how many items you have. You said about 700.
Yes, I have about 700 plus items in my store.
And what is your goal for your business?
Well, I try to set my goal at making at least $100 a day. It's a small goal, but I don't want to put a unrealistic number. So I just want to start off small, and when I reach that goal, and then set new goals and keep on climbing the ladder. So, like I said, I just been in the game full time selling clothing and all these other hats and stuff, just in a year. Like I said, I mainly sold sports cards over the past 19 years, only
Mhm.
sports cards. But I finally, like you said, you got to come out of your comfort zone. And by watching your videos, Suzanne, I listen to you, and you got to come out of your comfort zone. So I finally, took the leap of faith and listen to you and sell other things than sports cards. Sell shirts, sell hats, sell pins, Brita filters. I I learned everything from you, Suzanne. So taking that leap of faith and just uh, coming out of my comfort zone. And my comfort zone, it wasn't easy at the beginning, but over time it's getting easier. I'm learning how to do the measurements. I'm Oh my gosh, I've washed so much clothes in my life. There's so much clothes I've washed. I've never done that in my life. So you know, uh, it's washing so much clothes and steaming and cleaning and prepping and picturing and just all those things, Suzanne. You know, I
But does it surprise you when something sells and you're like, oh, somebody
yes,
bought that?
it did. So many times I told myself like I've sold T-shirts for $24 or $39.99, and it just blows my mind. I'm thinking, wow, I've been on eBay for almost 20 years. Why didn't I do this back then? And the funny thing is, back then, my other friends that was selling on eBay, they did clothing, they did kukui nutshell lays, and but I was in my comfort zone. I knew sports cards, so I was just selling sports. I never listened to any of my friends about, hey, sell clothing. And what I know today, because I learned from you, Suzanne, what I know today, I wish I did it back then. It would have been a total different story. All these
Well,
years.
everybody's journey is different, and that's what was accessible to me. And one day it just dawned on me, there's just no way I can get all this. I might as well like put this on my blog that here's the kinds of stuff you can sell, because somebody else across town might be able to find one at that Goodwill, because it's too much. You can't get it all,
Yeah.
there's no, when you go in the thrift store, it's just, there's so much in there. And
Yes.
even, there's things that I don't want to do because I've tried them and I don't like them, or like, forget the glass. I just don't want to do it. That you all can have all of it. I don't want it. So, it's just your journey, but like you said, your UPS job, there's good benefits with that. So maybe
Yes.
that's what you were supposed to do for a while. And now you know how to do this, and you have this long history on eBay, and you're getting smarter every day. And I appreciate the credit, but I'm sure you've learned a lot of this from the Money Making Mondays and the $100 sales, which is the sellers
Yes.
in the community that contribute to those things. And so I'm just the one making the video. I'm just like, this is what this person did. I'm like the reporter. So thank the community also for, all the people who participate in that, because
Yes.
we can all
Absolutely.
learn from each other that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wow, we covered a lot of information, and very enlightening, but I didn't ask you this before. So I'm thinking, we should do like an eBay convention. We should do like a meetup or something. And maybe you could just suggest a place, and like I could put it on my site, or somehow, put the link out there on social media and say, like, if you want to come, here's what we're doing. Book your room. Brian will take us around to thrift
All right.
stores.
I would definitely love to be in it. I would
And
love
that
to.
it could be a business trip. We could do like a
Yes.
meeting at the hotel, and I'll do a presentation or something, and it could be a business. I mean, really, I'm not kidding.
Yes. 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 I
Because
would
think
love
a lot of
to.
people would love to come to Hawaii if
Mhm.
it could be a business trip. And I don't know if they've ever done an eBay anything in Hawaii. They've done
No.
stuff. Usually it's in Vegas. They did something in
Mhm.
Boston one year, and
Mhm.
Atlanta one year. But we could really, now that we
Yeah.
have a contact person.
Yes. Yes. But absolutely, Hawaii. I think we're, as eBay sellers, we're starving for some kind of function, anything to do with eBay. We really, I know sellers out there would love to have something to do with eBay.
But I'm willing to come.
Yeah, because it can be a total eBay convention thing, but also on the downtime, there's lots of places to visit. There's the beaches, there's the hotels, there's the restaurants. I mean, so much things there's to offer from Hawaii. So having a meeting here in Hawaii, I think that would be fun for sellers.
Do you have any final words for any other sellers or buyers?
Yes, for sellers, I would like to say, try to list 10 items a day. It actually really do work. When you're listing 10 things a day, you actually sell more items. And in my experience, when you don't list 10 things a day, you wonder, oh, how come there's no cha-ching anymore? Where's the sales at? Oh, that's right. I didn't list my 10 items today. So
Mhm.
that's my advice to sellers. And for buyers, you know, I would say buyers in Hawaii, just be patient. Over time, I think sellers in the mainland will have a change of heart and, ship to Hawaii and Alaska, and realize that, if Hawaii and Alaska is willing to pay the shipping costs, hey, why not sell it to them, make money? So, just be patient out there. It'll happen one day where, we don't have to go looking on eBay for buying something, and the first thing we have to think about is, do they ship to Hawaii and Alaska? Hopefully one day, we can just look online. Hey, see something we want to buy, click and buy. You know, and not
Well,
have the restriction.
I am on a mission to help that dream come true for you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you so much.
My dream one day is that all sellers will offer shipping everywhere,
uh,
all the time.
on behalf of Hawaii and Alaska, we thank you, Suzanne, for all your hard work in bringing out the message. Hey, sell to us. We're nice people.
You know what? Your money is as green as everybody else's.
Now you just
Well,
have to give me your address so I can give you this
oh,
beautiful lei. I can
don't
ship this to you.
forget that. Yeah, we're gonna work on planning this event. So we're gonna work on that. So anyway, Brian, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you. Goodbye is aloha too, right?
Aloha. So if I see you, I say aloha. When I see you goodbye, aloha.
So you never get away from a person because you don't know if they're saying goodbye or hello.
Yes, exactly.
You say something else in your email sometimes, an M word.
Oh, mahalo nui loa nui.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right. Well, you're welcome in mainland talk.
Well, we can stick to the aloha. It's much nicer too.
Okay.
Aloha.
Well, maybe we can do a follow-up video in a few months and see if your success rate with shippers shipping to you
Yes.
is changed.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I would like that.
so thanks for joining us. You guys check out his store. Get your Hawaiian t-shirts, your muumuus, your halter tops from Easy Dove on eBay.
After doing my interview with Brian, who is a full-time eBay seller in the Honolulu area, we talked about this and we're going to go for it. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've got in the works so far. And there is a link below the video where you can sign up to be on my contact list and be notified when I have the final details, because this will sell out and you don't want to miss it. So it is going to be in early October 2019. This is for sellers in Hawaii and anyone who wants to travel to Hawaii. It will be on the island of Oahu in Honolulu at a hotel. We'll have meeting rooms, and I'm working on getting a group rate for the hotel rooms. We're going to have a morning workshop starting at 10 a.m., ending at 1 p.m. So you don't have to be up at the crack of dawn. Take your time, get your coffee, get your breakfast, come on into the workshop, and then we will be done by 1 so that you can go and enjoy all the islands have to offer, do your activities, hang out at the beach, whatever you want to do. Then we will have evening networking events, very laid back, casual stuff where we can just talk shop, get to know each other, exchange ideas, and have a great time doing that. And Brian, here he is. He is a native islander, has lived there his whole life, except for when he went to do his army training and came back. He is going to give us information for thrifting excursions. And this is something you can do on your own or you can do with a group. He knows the best places, and we discussed this in the interview that the prices are reasonable, between $3 and $4 per item on average. So, good deals. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff, either to resell or for yourself, and ship your stuff home. We will make sure that we have materials so that you can box up your stuff and ship it home if you want to, so you don't have to take it back on the plane if you flew there for the conference. Now, important information here. Tax considerations. Disclaimer, this is not tax advice. Always consult a CPA or tax professional for tax advice. However, since this involves travel and lodging, there are some tax considerations. You're going to say, oh, how do I deduct this for my eBay business? Well, the primary purpose of your trip has to be business. So, okay, check. You're coming to Honolulu for this business event. Next, travel days count as business. So, if you are coming from the mainland or from anywhere else, you're traveling to get there, those days count as business. The majority of days on your trip must include business. We will have 3 days of business workshops. So now we're up to 5 days of business. Your 2 travel days, to and from, and then your 3 days of business workshops. Networking every evening, so that's going to be all 5 nights. So we are up to 7 days of business. Thrifting excursion qualifies as business whether you are with the group or on your own. So if you want to go do some thrifting and you're going to have those receipts where you purchased items to resell, those days count as well. So if you've got 2 days of travel, 5 days of business, you are covered, and this trip could be tax deductible for you. Again, consult your CPA before you do anything. So, get on my contact list for details. See the link below the video. It'll take you to a form, just your name, email, and where you are located. Space is limited. This is going to sell out, so you want to get on that list early so that you have a place at this conference. If you have been looking for a way to get to Hawaii or a destination conference, this is it. This is big, and this is going to be fantastic and so much fun, and we're all going to learn a lot. I'm going to do all kinds of unique things that aren't done at eBay Open and other types of conferences. I do all kind of workshops, and you're going to learn a lot. So aloha, get on my list, and I can't wait to tell you more about this great event. Have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.